Supposed to be here by, whatever time.
Yeah. And there's no reimbursement, I'm guessing.
No.
What a racket.
Oh my God. Welcome to the video podcast.
On that note,
It's a Saturday after Christmas, so Merry Christmas if you celebrate. If not, Happy Holidays to you.
Yes.
And we hope you had a good time with your family and maybe ate some good food. This is what's today, Friday?
Yeah.
Today's
Friday before Christmas.
yeah. What are you looking forward to?
The food.
Me too. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the food and a few drinks.
Yeah, I might have a couple drinks. I didn't have any on Thanksgiving.
Really?
No.
Not even one?
No.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's
Still making up from Maker Camp?
I drank a decent amount of Maker Camp. That's like one of the few times in the year that I
Right.
actually tie one on.
What's your drink of choice?
Probably just beer. Oh, I really do like a vodka martini. And sometimes around Christmas I'll treat myself to a few of those. Like I'll buy a bottle and then once that bottle's gone.
So 6
it's gone.
hours or so.
Yeah, 6 hours.
What brand? What's your brand?
What's the name of it? Tito's.
Oh yeah, Tito's is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's incredibly inexpensive. I don't buy a lot of hard alcohol. Like I'm not a whiskey guy or a bourbon guy. I know a few people are, and they spend a lot of money on
Yeah,
that.
it's like a little bit of a cult of it.
Yeah. To me, it's just a bad idea because it can't be good for you.
Yeah. We were just hanging out. We went to Lou's for a fire and some food and stuff. Like what was it? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. It was that Friday night that it was like freezing cold.
And you're outside.
Yeah. But he's got a nice fire pit. He had one of those propane heaters
Nice.
that
Oh,
stands
nice.
up.
Yeah,
So
it was
nice.
comfortable.
Oh, good.
But all those guys were drinking all these different whiskeys.
Yeah, it's just not for me. But I have family members who really like it, but vodka I do like, and a dirty martini. So a little olive juice,
You put vermouth?
just a little
Yeah.
vermouth, and a little olive juice.
That's
So-
kind of how my wife likes.
Yeah, they're nice and freezing cold. So
Yeah.
I'll make it, then I'll put it in the freezer, and then pour from the freezer.
Yeah. I like a dirty martini. I had one summer. I think I might have only been 20 at the bar. And, I was going to the bar at the time. And that's what I drank that summer was dirty martinis.
So good.
You pack the on the rocks, you pack the thing full of ice in the summertime and it melts, it just melts a little bit as you drink it.
So I never put it on the rocks. I actually never drink them in the summertime. So maybe that's the reason. I like them just freezing cold, and I like. My wife bought me these martini glasses years and years ago.
You make it in a shaker?
I don't. No, I don't. I have a shaker, but I don't do it. I have like this old mid-century modern bar that I should really refinish. It's very cool. It's right out of like Mad Men, but it has that tambura doors and all.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just can't get into it. It's like a big job because I'd have to take off all the finish, and I kind of keep weighing and measuring how much work it needs and how much do I like it. But anyway, that's where it's in the basement. It's not being used, but I just like that martini glass. It's just cool, and I like that whole period of that 1920s through 1950s, 1960s.
3 martini lunch.
Yeah. I mean, did you watch Mad Men?
No, I've heard it's great though.
Did you?
I never saw it either.
Oh,
I didn't have a TV at that time.
Really?
Yeah, there were like a couple of decades where I didn't have a TV. It's hard to believe nowadays, but back in Brooklyn, unless you had cable, you couldn't really get reception. And most of the places I lived were so sketchy, there was no cable. So I missed whole generations of shows
And
until
that
they came on as repeats.
Yeah.
Well, Mad Men's only about 10 years old now. That one's not that.
Is it? I thought it was. Yeah, I don't know.
You think it's that? You think it's maybe 7
I'd
years
say
old?
maybe 20.
Mad Men?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had a TV.
No. Mad Men is with John Hamm.
Yeah.
I had a
No, don't
TV
think
then.
Yeah. I think
But
you might like it because it's just all this mid-century modern furniture. It's a lot of funny. Like
It's 18 years old.
Mad Men is 18 years old.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh, so
cow.
that was when I lived out here.
2007.
That's hard to believe. I mean, what's really crazy is that 2007,
I was a senior in high school.
yeah, it's almost 20 years ago. That's just hard to believe when you
Yeah.
see that. Like, I see 2007, I don't think of it as long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how time flies.
Yeah, was that on regular TV?
It was on AMC, and then they repeated it on Netflix, and I watched it on Netflix. So they dabble in some of the art that was going on at the time. With I think they reference Mark Rothko and maybe even Jackson Pollock, but they also go through a lot of history because they get into how it's all about advertising. So it's about how it's the change from print to TV. You go through the John F. Kennedy assassination, that's covered in it. The walking on the moon is covered on it. The Vietnam War. So it's kind of fun. Like, I think of these things like I would like it if my daughter was into it because I'd watch it again with her. Maybe I can get her into it. I don't know.
Do they talk about the history of advertising at all?
They get into it. I don't know like how specific, but it's just funny because they're always drinking.
Yeah.
Always drink, and they're always pounding cigarettes. They're just like they're just like drinking and pounding cigarettes, and I'm like I can feel my chest sort of getting tight watching the show.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's really well done too.
Yeah. When I was getting my degree in history, I always took all these really off-track courses, and I had one that was about advertising and how in the 50s, you know, the science of like psychology and influencing people's behaviors subliminally and, you know, even consciously was just starting to take over advertising, and how they were, you know, sort of learning how to manipulate the public.
Well, they used to actually have.
Great, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they used to have, and they outlawed it, subliminal advertising where they would add like little images.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Right then, like for like a eighth of a second, there would be like a picture of a cupcake or something that you would be
Yes.
like, oh yeah, I want that.
Things that could make you thirsty.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
they
yeah.
outlawed that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's like, did you ever see Fight Club? Where the guy's he's running the projector and it's like a family-oriented show, and then he would just put in like these pornographic images.
Yeah. Well, they say in like some of the Disney movies, they have like the animators like hid like
Oh,
you know,
my
it'd be
God.
like Aladdin, and it's just like this sweeping shot, and then like in the window, it's like somebody's like giving like a blowjob.
Yeah. I've seen those. I don't know if those were made, but like I must have seen that on Instagram or something
Yeah.
where it's like this Disney shot and it's purely, you know, like some kind of graphic sexual thing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the guys drawing those pictures are artists.
Yes.
Nobody's looking frame, you know.
Yeah, and they're men, and they're probably bored as shit doing
Right.
one image, and they're probably like, "Hey, let's screw around. Like, let's who can do this and get this in there." And then it's like an inside joke.
That's like, you might be able to tell me if it's real or not. It's like forgers that forge paintings and they're doing it repetitively will put something anachronistic in the paintings.
What is it? Inaccurate.
Oh, like let's
So
say,
it makes it clear that it's a forge.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
okay.
like let's say it's a street scene in Paris in the 1800s, and way back in the background, one of the people walking on the sidewalk is wearing a Walkman or something.
So they do that on purpose to make
Yeah,
sure. Oh, wow.
just to make fun of the whole process, like.
To make fun of the person buying it and the whole
And the
art,
public,
and the
like,
art
yeah,
world,
yeah,
the art world
because-
in general.
You know, people just like it'll be hanging in a museum.
Wow.
And you know, you're looking like, yeah, look right there. This guy's like, you know.
I
Makes
never
me
heard of
think, I have to do a shameless plug. My brother-in-law Brandon, he wrote a book called The Experiment of Dreams, and it was
That's
about
right. He's a
yeah, it was about a guy who he goes and like studies paintings, and then it's been years and years since I read it, and so I might be misremembering exactly what it's about, or exactly the exact details. Basically, creates like a machine so that he can remember back to looking at it and then recreate the paintings like stroke for stroke, you know.
So it's a novel.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That sounds pretty cool.
It's a good book.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I wonder if it's something I can get on Audible.
Yeah, it's I don't know about Audible. It's definitely on like Kindle.
Okay.
You could buy it on Amazon like that.
Yeah, when you when we finish this, if you could
Yeah,
text me that, or you can
it's,
text, don't text it to me now, because it might go on the
Oh,
phone.
yeah,
Might
yeah.
screw up my phone. I should have put it on sleep mode, or,
Yeah, if anybody's interested, it's called The Experiment of Dreams by Brandon Zenner, Zenner.
and that's your brother-in-law?
That's my wife's sister's husband.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's written a bunch of books.
Wow, that's really cool.
I gotta check out some of his stuff. I wonder if it's in the library.
Maybe because
Yeah.
he's local. He wrote I forget how many books are in the series. A series called The After War. It's like a post-apocalyptic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I go, like I was there at the library last night. You know, I usually check out like 3 or 4 books at a
Middletown
time.
Library?
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
So I'm running at it, like I'm trying to find new authors now, and because I started reading like the Agatha Christie stuff, and so I have to print out everything that I read because I get confused. Because I wrote them all down yesterday. I read 43 Agatha Christie books just from the library.
Oh my
Wow.
God. How many are there?
I don't know.
So you read every night?
Oh yeah, I read every day and every night.
Wow. I need to read more. I do a lot of scrolling.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
I got,
I like a paper book.
I just set a limit on my social media on my
Oh.
phone. You can do it on your phone.
yeah, my
To
son does
1
that.
hour.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So
it's
you only
just-
have 1 hour? 1 hour?
Yeah, but then you could just be like, no, it'll take 15 more minutes. The best is when, like, if I, like, you know, because the business is inherently
Phone, yeah.
tied to social media.
For
So,
sure.
like, I'll send a message and then it's like, your time's up. And I'm like, locked out. I'm like, well, I got to see if they fucking responded.
Yeah. I use mine a lot for work. Posting videos, seeing what videos did well, like in either Facebook or YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't-
YouTube is not it's not one of the ones that's under the social media for some reason.
I think a lot of my phone time is on YouTube because I watch a lot of content. Like I just watched a thing on the wood buffalo, which is a buffalo that they thought was basically extinct. They found a few in Canada, and they're breeding them now in Alaska.
Was
which,
it live in the
so
woods?
I don't know why they call it a wood buffalo, but it's much bigger than the buffalo that roam the plains.
Oh, wow.
So that's, it's,
Must
they
be friggin'
call it like
huge
the
then.
elephant of buffalo.
Yeah.
So like I'll just go through my phone if I'm eating lunch. I always eat lunch by myself, and I'll just see if I can find something. And 7 to 10 minute show, I'll watch something while I eat lunch, or if I'm cleaning the kitchen, whatever. But that's the majority of my phone time. I think is YouTube.
Yeah, there's so much, so many more productive things you can do on your phone than, doom scroll Instagram reels.
Well, doom scrolling. I mean, it's I'll go onto Instagram. Facebook's even worse. But I'll go onto Instagram to see how a video's performing or respond to a comment. And right there is something like, whoa, what's that look like? Or, here's a motorcycle accident, or, or this guy I cannot resist a good motorcycle chase. Especially when it's a dirt bike. Because like a dirt bike, the dirt bikes will just play with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, wait there, and then they'll zoom into the woods. I saw one thing, I don't know if it's even real. This guy jumped the freeway on a motorcycle. Like, he literally went around a bend and jumped the whole freeway. It was probably like a 50-foot long jump.
Oh my God.
But those bikes are totally
yeah.
capable of that.
I used to, like when I was a little kid, I had a dirt bike where I was jumping like 40, 50 feet.
What did you have?
I had a little YZ80.
That's exactly what I had. I had a 1985 YZ80
Yeah.
fast bike.
Yeah, they were game changers in that category as far as displacement.
What year was yours?
I had the first year, it was 74.
Wow.
Yamaha makes good motor.
Yeah, Yamaha's. Well, that's the bike I'm looking at. So, Rob has a bike. Rob's bike's a Triumph, and we were talking about this. We were out to lunch a couple of weeks or months ago, and I said I was looking at a Honda. I forget what it is. It's a 300, but it's sort of a rally bike that you can ride on the road and on the dirt. And Rob's like, you can't buy that. It's not a big enough engine. And I was thinking that already, but so now I'm thinking the Yamaha T700 or Tenray, I think it is.
What kind of bike is that?
It's more of a like a dual sport or the rally
Okay.
kind of bike.
Yeah, that's what they call them, dual sports.
Yeah, dual sport. It's a heavy bike though. I mean,
Once they get up in displacement, they're all like high 4.
yeah, this is like I
500
think
pounds.
I think it's got a 430 wet weight,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, that's still on the lightest side
Yeah.
for a big bike. Like mine weighs, that's what mine is, about 450
Okay.
wet. And
Does that mean with gas in it?
yeah, like all the fluids, so they don't, because a lot of times, it's got a big tank, especially.
You're like, it's 410 pounds.
Yeah. But you don't drive it around like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, and it's a 8, they call it a 900, but they're always a little
Sure.
bit smaller. It's just not, we were saying this, it's just not fast enough to
So what was Ed riding?
well, one time he was riding also Triumph with the same displacement. But
Is that his around town bike, the one that
yeah,
I've seen?
and then he's got this Beamer that's, I think, a 1250. So it's a much newer bike, bigger displacement, and it's, although it's not like a very visceral kind of machine, it's a BMW. So it has great pickup, a lot of oomph. And one time we had to take this little short ride on the highway, and like just pulling onto the highway and getting into the position I want to get in, like I just went for the throttle and it just wasn't there.
Really?
Like I shifted up through the gears and I was ready to go for another gear and I didn't have it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't have, what do you got, 6 gears or 5?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing, let's say probably about 90.
Okay.
And I'm looking for another gear.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there.
But that's what they're saying, like the new, that's a big
Giving it all you got.
That's a big complaint with, like, they just remodeled or did a bunch of changes to the Suzuki DRZ 450, and it's got 5 gears, and everybody's complaining. They said, why wouldn't you put, they kept the tank small. I think the tank is like 2.3 gallons,
Yeah.
and it's only got 5 gears. And it's like, and it's a $9,000 bike. So everybody's sort of like, why would you buy that bike when the Tenray's the same exact price, and it's a 700 with a big tank, and it's got 6 gears.
Yeah.
So,
It's like my other Triumph, like if I was really pushing it, between first and second, I'm hitting 60.
I'm sure, yeah. What size was that?
That was a 1200. That was
Okay.
an inline for 1200.
Will you look for another bike, or you're happy with what you have?
No, I'm fine with what I have. It's just, you have to understand the limitations.
Sure. Well, that's like a tractor. Everybody says, always buy a tractor 1 or 2 sizes bigger than what you think
Yeah.
you need. And same thing with a bike, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think I was going to want to ride as fast. I thought, but once you get,
But that's the highway, like, because the highway, you don't have a choice.
yeah, but it's still like when I used to work at Whole Foods, so I used to go the back way. I used to go up East Road. Is it East Road when it crosses Kings Highway still? And
I thought that was Tyndall Road, no?
it's East, and then you.
It turns into something.
Right?
It's not Stillwell, something like that.
Is
though.
it? It's not Chapel.
Not Chapel
Because
Hill.
your dead ends at Chapel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. You know the street I'm talking about.
I don't, I'm terrible
I think
with
it starts
streets.
with an S. If you turn out of Whole Foods onto Chapel Hill Road,
Okay.
you know where they had it closed?
Yes.
It's that street.
Okay,
H
okay,
Road.
okay.
So there's that stretch. As soon as you get past Kings Highway, and then there's no more stops between that road, Kings Highway and Chapel Hill, and
So open it up a little bit.
yeah, so it's like the double lines don't mean anything.
Yeah.
And I can't get that, out of my system completely.
Well, that's the whole thing about being on a
Like,
motorcycle.
who's this whippersnapper on this motorcycle?
Yeah, some gray-haired grandpa. Yeah,
That's
so I'm
fun,
just
though.
flying down that road, just watching for the
Make sure nobody pulls out.
the driveways and
That's the
things
thing,
like
yeah.
that, because that's really the only thing you have to worry about on that road.
Sure. Somebody pull. You have to be a very offensive and defensive riding.
Yeah, I mean, I would never recommend speeding, especially like that, unless you're aware of your circumstances. Like that other Triumph, I had that up to about 155, but that's on like Highway 5 in California, which is on the eastern side of the Sierras, in Southern California, where it's just a straight line.
No
You could
cops
probably
do-
see to the horizon.
Yeah, you
know?
can.
Do they even patrol that kind of a road?
They did. In fact, I got pulled over.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't there some roads that don't have a speed limit?
Yeah, I don't know. Like out in Nevada and Wyoming or Montana, I want to say, you pretty much go as fast as you want. But yeah, I did get pulled over on that road going well over 100.
Big ticket?
No, what happened was I passed a cop who was giving somebody else a ticket, but so I thought, well, what am I going to do? I didn't know the area well enough. I thought maybe he could radio ahead, maybe there's another cop car. So what I did is I just slowed down to whatever the speed limit was, 50 or whatever, and eventually he came up behind me and he pulled me over and we just chatted. He was like, you were going pretty fast back there. I said, 50, 55. He's like, and he was trying to get me to, admit, and I just
Yeah.
wouldn't. And he had no proof.
Yeah,
It's-
because he was giving a ticket, he wasn't
yeah,
standing
so his
there.
back was to me,
Yeah.
but all he heard was, ying!
Yeah.
And that was that.
That sounds fun, though, cruising across the country.
Yeah. I mean, going that fast is a little wild. It's there's a lot of buffeting from the wind.
Well, the
Going,
funny thing
like
is,
not quite that fast, but nearly in a car. And
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I would be afraid more in a car, it seems.
I did it in a Crown Vic police interceptor. It sounded like it was going to take off. It's just a huge car,
Yeah.
I don't. The idea of going fast doesn't really get me. It's the acceleration, because going fast, it's sort of like if you wipe out, you're
Yeah.
pretty much screwed.
Yeah, you're toasted.
But just that kind of going from 0 to 50, 0 to 60, just quick little bursts
Yeah.
is where the fun's at.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Especially like back in the day on a little dirt bike. Holy cow! Like coming out of a berm, like. I don't know, did you get into racing at all? Like with
Yeah,
friends?
yeah.
So you'd go into the corner as fast as you could, slamming on the brakes, and then come out on a rooster tail.
Yeah. We
So much fun.
out west there was a lot of motocross, and so I raced
I believe that, yeah.
bicycle and
Oh, cool.
motorcycle. There were a couple of tracks nearby, and there was one bicycle race track that was one way downhill on a mountain.
That's
so
what
had
they
to,
have now, dude.
Push your bike all the way up to the top, and then just race down the mountain.
That's the sport now. It's called downhill, and they take the chairlift up.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
All
dude,
the ski resorts turn into mountain biking.
and these guys are
Summertime.
crazy. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
like, these guys are doing the most insane things. But that gets me to like the idea of like not taking unnecessary risks. Like I was talking to somebody because I ride my mountain bike a lot now, and I don't even get like 6 inches off the ground. I'll ride pretty fast, but I enjoy the sport so much that I don't want to get hurt
Then you can't do it.
doing something dumb that doesn't even look cool. Like me doing a jump is not going to look cool.
Yeah, it's not going to be like the guy on Instagram, like kick the
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah. I'm just going to wipe out and then I won't be able to ride. So I just ride and take. And same thing with like going fast. I don't need
Yes.
to go 150 miles an hour on a motorcycle.
No, I mean those were days gone by, and
Funny how you young people. I did that stupid stuff when I was young. I have no interest in it now.
Yeah, I drove like a maniac. I tell you what, I'm enjoying driving this Volvo.
That's a nice car.
Yeah, it's got, it's a R design, it's called, so it's like the sport version or whatever, which I guess they don't make anymore. So it's got like a sport suspension, and it's turbo, and it's all-wheel drive, so like, if you're at a stoplight and you have it, it's got the different drive settings. If you have it in like the dynamic, like it hooks up and it drops down to the
Oh,
ground.
yeah.
And it's just gone. Like, it's super fun to drive. I love that car.
It's a nice looking car too.
Yeah, I was always against used cars, but man, it's like you could get a really nice used car with low miles. That's like a car that you wouldn't typically be able to afford for cheap, you know.
Certified pre-owned.
Yeah, that's certified, $25,000.
That's all.
That's a big change from the old Toyota.
25,000 for that?
Yeah,
That's what year is that?
it's a 2020.
Holy cow!
It's a luxury
How
car.
many miles are on it?
When I bought it, it had like 56,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Did you have to travel pretty far to get that?
Edison.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
No, we're
So it's
gonna-
got a warranty.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, my son Michael just bought a used Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Walter bought his truck brand new.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, he just wanted to, and that's cool.
What do you get?
Walter got a Chevy. Do you know what it's
The
called?
Colorado.
Yeah, the Chevy Colorado. It's a
It's
nice
like
truck.
what's the ATC edition or something? It's like an off-road kind of package.
It looks cool.
Looks nice.
It's kind of lifted up a little bit. It's
Yeah.
got some meaty tires on it. His birthday's tomorrow. It's gonna be 26. Hard to believe.
Happy birthday, Walter.
Yeah,
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Or, well, belated birthday,
Yeah.
I guess. at this
Yeah.
point.
That was last week, his birthday.
we're taking him out. Check out this deal. All you can eat sushi for I think $25 a head.
Jeez.
It's good. We've gone there, but you got to be careful because if you order,
You have to eat what you
yeah,
order. Yeah.
you can't take it with you. You have to pay like menu prices otherwise. But I'm taking out all of my kids. I don't know if their girlfriends are coming, so I was like, I don't want to spend $1,000 at dinner.
And sushi, like if you go to like a regular sushi place, you could easily spend $1,000 if you got 10 people or whatever.
Yeah. So this is BYOB. So it's a lunchtime thing though, which is great because the boys will go out tonight. I know that all three of my sons are going to go out with their friends and their girlfriends, and they're going to some restaurant and then a bar right next door, Copper Canyon.
Oh, okay.
And then so they're getting their sort of night out of the way. That's a cool thing. Like my sons generally will not go out on Saturday nights, like a night out, because they don't want to lose Sunday. You know what I mean? They want to kind of use Sunday to prep for Monday.
Oh yeah.
So it makes sense. They'll do that.
I'm trying to teach my son about Sunday.
What is
It's
it?
like, oh, can we see if so and so come over? I'm like, it's Sunday. I'm like, this is a day of rest, and we're mentally preparing for Monday.
Yeah,
That's
this
right.
is like your only day of
Respite.
supposed,
Yeah.
you know,
Get your
which doesn't
homework
even
done,
always
get
happen.
your laundry done, all those sort of
Yeah.
little things. Yeah, I love Sundays. I used to go to I went to church with my wife for about a year, and then eventually I was just like, nah, it's really nice and they're really great people. At first we were doing real like Bible studies, and I found that fascinating because I love history and everything sort of goes back. But then I started to find my mind just wandering. Then I found myself kind of getting angry that I'm not doing what I want to do. And I just said, I think I'm going to, and I really love Sunday. We're preparing in the shop for Monday.
Yeah.
Like gluing something up so Monday I can start, because now what I'm doing for the most part is making content for teaching. Like I was telling Jeff, I'm going to work a lot for Geo Veneer this year, making content and making furniture, and I'm trying to get maybe 2 other companies, and to have more purpose in what I do. So if you say to yourself, okay, what do you do, self? And so I get enough people buying my plans and asking me questions and writing me emails, letting me know how I helped them build this piece of furniture. I was like, okay, I don't need to build a bunch of furniture for clients, just be a teacher.
Right.
And if I can find a couple of good clients who will sponsor that, then it all works. So the idea is to sort of get ready to almost teach a class every week, even though the classes don't come out until, they don't come out every week, they come out every couple of weeks. And it's not so much in a classroom format, it's just a lesson.
Yeah.
So that it's the same thing, it's like getting ready to have your work week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
gotta
feels
mentally
good.
prepare.
Yeah, it feels good to be like prepared. Like, when you go to bed on Sunday, you're like, oh, okay, I'm ready for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
nothing worse than being like, oh shit, tomorrow's Monday. I gotta.
Yeah, like I don't even know what day it is anymore. I'm
Friday.
not exaggerating.
So,
Like,
does your day, do you get up early?
oh yeah, like today I got up at 5:30.
So you're retired.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm kind of retired. I'm not really, but I'm kind of lean. Like that's where I came to terms with this, like with this whole thing, like,
Yeah.
okay, kind of retired. So go on, I interrupted.
No, I really, the thing I need is structure though.
Sure.
I can't be left to my own devices too much, so,
Nobody can.
because we all have those kind of self-destructive behaviors. So I always try and set out a plan, for what I'm going to do during the day, whether it's going to be go to the store to shop for groceries and plan menus, prepare.
Are you cooking a lot?
Oh yeah,
That's
cooking
nice.
a lot more. I'm going for several mile walks with the dog every day.
Do you ever go into the woods
Doesn't
over
look
Huber
like Nick's
Woods?
walking.
No, I know. One of our favorite walks is the one that goes from the library to Tyndall Road where the high school is.
Is that a
and back.
sidewalk?
No, it's well, now it's blacktop. It used to be dirt.
Oh, I didn't know there was a path
I
back
didn't
there.
even know that.
Yeah, so there's
Do you park at the library?
yeah, park at the library, and they call it the storybook path or story path,
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
So now it's blacktop, and it kind of has some nice curves and elevation changes. And you come out by the high school, and there's all these like nice tennis courts and stuff there, or pickleball, or whatever it is.
The high school
Oh,
north?
where they
Yeah.
built- yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
High school
going from
north.
Tyndall or
Yeah.
from
I know exactly
New
where it is.
Mom.
New Monmouth over to Tyndall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a very nice walk. It's quiet, much more so than the Henry Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nobody like riding bikes or anything past you.
Do you have any interest in walking in the woods?
The only thing I don't like about the woods is poison ivy. So in the wintertime,
And the ticks.
yeah, and the ticks, yeah.
I think a beaten path, though, you're not going to get either of them.
Yeah.
It's like ticks you're going to get with high grass.
Yeah.
Same thing with, because Hartshorn Woods, a lot of people, you know where Hartshorn Woods is?
No.
If you're going right down Route 36,
Yeah.
and you know where Off the Hook is restaurant? Right before you
Right
go
before
over.
the bridge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so you're right there. That'll take you all
that
the way up into
Portland?
Hart. I think it might be, yeah. And it's pretty cool historically too. You know where Twin Lights is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
So-
have the big artillery guns.
Yeah.
Up there.
Really?
Yeah, there's really cool history there.
Huh.
A lot of dog walkers, a lot of trails, and if you don't mind hills, you can walk all the way down to this really large dock that goes far out into the Navesink River.
Really?
It's a pretty hike, and then there's all kinds of trails.
Yeah.
So that's where I ride my bike from my house to there, and I see people hiking there. I hike there, and walking dogs. In fact, I got bit by a dog there.
I remember that.
Yeah. it's
There's a
crazy.
nice nature preserve in Colts Neck. What's the name of that street? I forget. I went there to check out. There's like a little brook. It's called, I think, the Yellow Brook that goes through it. I was looking for trout when it was like trout season. But it's a nice nature preserve with trails and stuff.
Is there fishing too?
Yeah, you can fish there.
Oh, really?
Jeff loves the secret fishing hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a secret anymore.
Yeah.
No, but he was always like scout when we would be driving around.
Oh,
He'd go,
yeah.
I wonder if I can get in there. and
That,
go
yeah,
fishing."
I mean, I've stumbled upon places and it's like you have the best fishing day of your life. It's just like some retention pond behind a Home Depot warehouse. You know?
Crazy, yeah.
That's a true story.
Bass?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it has to be large or smallmouth bass?
largemouth. So I was fishing Brainerd Lake in Cranberry. I grew up in West Windsor, which is right next to Cranberry. And it's a very common lake, you know, there's catfish and bass and all that kind of stuff. And then Route 130 sort of bisects it, and there's a really small section on the other side of Route 130 that has all these lily pads and stuff. But then you could see it kind of meanders off as like a creek back into the woods. So I think I got up and crossed Route 130 on foot, you know, it's like a 4-lane
Jeez.
I know that.
yeah.
So go out to Princeton.
Cranberry has a lot of warehouses and stuff. You know, Amazon, Home Depot, all that stuff. So I'm like walking through the woods, and I come out, and it's like a bunch of warehouses, and I stumble upon this big retention pond, and it was just packed with bass.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were you fishing with? Top
Probably
water?
like a rubber worm or something at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever fish with live bait?
For freshwater, no.
Yeah. I generally only fish with lures, just
Yeah.
because if I'm not catching anything, at least I'm doing something.
Yeah, it's
just-
active.
Yeah. I just
People who
couldn't-
say fishing's boring, it's like, yeah, you're sitting there with a worm on your hook.
Yeah, I
with a
could
bobber.
never do that. I could, like, when I used to fish up in Vermont a lot, I fished on the third branch of the White River, and people would always say, there's no fish there. And I would walk the river for miles, and I would see, you know, somebody would have a stick with a little V in it, and I'm like, I can't believe someone's fishing with a worm, you know, in this hole here. And maybe they were catching stuff, but you would always catch fish if you did catch them, because with trout, it always just depends, you know.
Yeah.
But it was always where there was a bend in the river, and there was a big gully, so it's a little deeper there. The water's a little bit colder, down deeper, and it was great fishing. But I haven't done much fishing since. I'd love to. Like I always say, like if I could just plan my day, it would be fishing, mountain biking, hiking, and I might get into golf one day, but that's a real time commitment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I mean, fishing, there's a lot of gear too, and mountain biking. I
But
guess
you
there's
know-
gear with anything.
Like my friend Peter, he's got all the gear you can imagine. I know you're a gear guy when it comes to fishing.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to have just like 5 lures, and if they're not biting on those, then, you know,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
all right.
I don't really like a hobby that doesn't involve gear.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's-
something to get nerded,
Yeah.
you gotta nerd out on something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, because so when you're not doing it, you can be like online, like
Yeah.
thinking about it.
And then
like,
you can
oh,
blame
get
the
this.
gear, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not catching fish because clearly this reel is not the right reel.
Yeah.
I missed the hook set because the gear ratio on the reel's wrong.
It's like blaming the glove when you drop a ball, you
Yeah.
know.
Speaking of sushi, before I booked my plane tickets to Japan today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
So
When are you
maybe
going? So when are you leaving?
2 weeks in October.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Good for
gonna
you.
be so cool.
yeah, I can't
Um, you saw that video that I sent you about the guy who bought the house for
wait.
$69.
Yeah,
And it came on the heels of you telling me how cheap real estate was.
yeah. I don't know about the politics in Japan, but I guess this new prime minister is maybe a little more anti,
West? Or,
just like, you know, foreign influence in Japan. You know, Japan has a very specific culture and set of ideals and everything, and I don't think they want too much. It's like we were talking about Bhutan. They don't want too much outside influence to change. You know, they like the way it is in Japan, and they don't want to change it.
Is that okay do you think it's okay for Japan to feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a line with anything.
Because it's funny.
It's analogous to other places, you know.
they were closed for like 100 or so years, right?
Japan.
Yeah, I mean, they were closed off
Yeah.
completely. They had no interaction with the outside world.
What, before World War II?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was like 100 years.
Yeah.
And they didn't open up until they were forced to. I think it might have been the U.S. or Britain.
I thought that World War II on the Pacific front was caused by Japan going into Indochina for resources, right around the late 30s.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know the bad blood between the Chinese and
Sure.
the Japanese.
But that's, I thought, started by the Japanese.
Yes, the Japanese, even to this
Manchuria.
day, never apologized fully. And, I mean, there's plenty of accounts now that everybody can access because of, you know, online. It's like having this worldwide encyclopedia of the atrocities.
Sure.
It's mind-boggling. I mean, and it predates some of the Nazi experimentation and things like that they were also pursuing.
Crazy.
You know, the human vivisections and.
Yeah.
I mean, people are nuts now. They were always nuts.
Well, the reason why I asked, how do you think Japan feels about, or how do people feel about Japan kind of being almost like isolationist that way? Because there's a tremendous amount of pushback about America being that way.
Or any sort of, you know, Western European culture. That's a really interesting debate to have. You
Well,
know?
you take a country and it becomes not that country.
Yes, but I think the point that you're kind of making is that now you have because we're this
Melting
predominantly white European nation. So we would view Asians of any sort of ilk as a minority. Would we say a minority population is allowed to be isolationist to preserve that? I mean, over there, of course, they're the majority in their homeland. Does it have the same sort of ring to it if the Japanese want to preserve their culture as opposed to, let's say, the French, who are going through a similar thing? They want, they're trying to instill all these new laws to preserve the French culture because they're getting huge amounts of immigration from like North Africa
Sure.
and other Muslim populations.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens and how you feel about it when you get back. If you feel like there's any prejudice against you.
Yeah, apparently there is, like, you could definitely feel like, people might not, I don't want to say not want you there, but people might be, like, bothered by your presence. But I think a lot of people travel and are very disrespectful to the culture. Like, I'm actively studying Japanese, trying to learn, what is culturally acceptable and not acceptable. Like, you don't want to go to Japan and be on your cell phone on the train. It's 100% culturally
Really?
unacceptable.
Yes.
Wow, that's great to know.
But people will travel and they don't learn what is acceptable and what's not, and they might do that, and then no shit, people are looking at you like you're an asshole because
You are.
you are an asshole.
You're an asshole if you're doing that on the train here too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But-
you're an asshole. That's somebody who's going to be an asshole anywhere they go.
Yeah.
Generally. What was your motivation for wanting to go to Japan?
So, Allie and our 10th anniversary is in October 26th, and her 40th is in January 27th, so they're pretty close. So we wanted to do a trip, and, wanted to go somewhere far, and, like, Europe is always enticing, but Japan is, like, so much further outside of, like, everything that we know, you know what I mean, growing up, with, European heritage and everything. It's like you have some sense of that type of culture. I don't really know anybody who's Japanese or, I know a little bit about the culture just from having an interest in it, but I've always been intrigued by Japan. I have a lot of Japanese music that I like, the woodworking and carpentry stuff I'm really into, the tools, and the culture, like a lot of, the things that the Japanese people hold as important. I'm sort of on the same page, and it's just Tokyo it's the world's most populated city.
Why is real estate so affordable in Japan at the moment?
I think they have a real like a population decline, right? Like the older generation is dying out, and people aren't having kids, and so there's a lot of real estate available.
Wow.
And the U.S. dollar is pretty strong in Japan, so your money goes pretty far.
I mean, it's amazing how they're saying that that's becoming an issue in the States as well. And I know my kids, Jack's going to be 29, Walter's 26, Michael's going to be 25. There's nothing on the horizon about them having children. I mean, and by the time I was 29, I think I already had 2 or 3 kids, maybe just 2.
I mean, they frame it as a problem, but, like, don't you think we have too many damn people here already?
Well, the problem is it's too expensive.
I love it.
I mean,
No, I mean, well, I don't know how it is a problem or is not a problem, but the reason for it is it takes this younger generation longer to be able to get on their feet to be able to afford
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
And as a father, I've always talked to my kids very upfront, like, things to watch out for, things that are going to set you back, and also to be financially ready for decisions in life. So not being like, oh, you can't do this, but just saying, hey, if you have a kid, one of you is not going to be able to work, and at least for a little while, and you're going to be surprised at how expensive a babysitter is, daycare is.
Oh God, I can't imagine what a babysitter costs.
I mean,
Probably paying $30 an hour.
it's crazy. I mean, it's been a long time because my kids are older now, but kids are just expensive. I mean, it was the best decision. It's amazing. Like everybody says that when you have kids, it really changes you, and it really does. And it's nothing like I have friends who will never have kids, and that's great. You knew that you didn't want to have kids. Good for you. I don't think I really knew that I wanted to have kids. And my wife is 4 years older than me, and all of a sudden she's like, "We got to have kids." And so she was right. She was right because I really enjoy the relationship that I have with my sons and my daughter. I don't post my daughter much because she's a girl. She's also not an adult, where the 3 boys are men and they're adults. I don't mind sharing their stories or whatever. But it's amazing how stunted I think the growth is of this generation right now.
Yeah.
Being able to afford a place to live, everything is just crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I read the Times every day, and there's always an article about, was it Gen Z?
I think
And
I'm X. What are you?
I'm on the cusp of Gen X and Boomer,
Okay.
and although my life experience is like straight out of a Gen X, you know,
Yeah,
like with
sure.
the broken home and all that other stuff. And
Okay.
latchkey kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't get all the handouts. Not the handouts, but
No.
you didn't get the leg up that the boomers got.
No, I got the leg down.
Although I think I'm from the most screwed generation, the millennial.
Yeah.
The phone. I think the phone is like the worst.
Yeah, just like the whole post 9/11 world, you know, I was in 7th grade when 9/11 happened, and that's a lot of things changed in the world, you know,
Yeah.
for the worse.
I mean, we joke about all this stuff that was, anybody my age, if they don't admit that we had it so much easier, they're out of their minds.
I loved it. When I was a kid, I would not come home. I'd come home from school, and then my mom wouldn't see me till maybe 6 o'clock. You know, it was like dinner time. And in the summertime, if I wasn't working, when I was, you know, maybe in my young teens, I had a friend who had a boat, and we lived on Pompton Lake, which was not a great lake. We lived pretty close to it. And it had gotten flooded in the early 60s, so it wasn't a swimming lake, but it was a lake. And I had a friend move to town who got a boat, and we would go out on originally it was a little aluminum boat with a 9.9, and then he moved to the town, and I guess they had a place in Boston or somewhere near the water in Massachusetts, and they came with a Boston Whaler with a 35 horse Johnson. I remember that, it's clear as day. And I mean, we did some crazy stuff because that's like 14, you know, you're partying and you're sort of getting into trouble without any
You had that boat in the lake, in Pompton Lake?
Yeah.
That's like a freaking bay boat.
Yeah, there's a bay boat
Yeah.
in the lake. I got a funny story. This is the funniest story. We would go out and just party in this boat. And now my friend Nick, he had a brother who had a terrible heart condition, really sad. But he would hang out with us from time to time. And one day we meet this hippie couple. This guy looks exactly like Charles Manson. And
That's unfortunate.
but nicest guy you ever wanted to meet. But that's who, in my mind's eye, I remember him as looking as Charles Manson with the cutoff shorts, kind of cut, flannel type T-shirt.
Did he have that cool swastika in his head?
No, he didn't have that. He didn't have that. And his girlfriend looked like Sissy Spacek. Exactly.
Okay,
I
yeah.
know
So-
that.
That's totally 70s, that straight hair coming down.
Crazy.
Yeah,
So
look
we
that up.
meet them, and they have this aluminum boat with like a 25 horsepower on it that's flying, and they're jumping our wake, and they're literally going like 15 feet. And so the older brother's like, "Oh, I want to go in with them," and my friend's like, "You shouldn't do that. It's dangerous." And he's like, "But whatever." He got to the point where he's going to go in the boat with these two hippies. And my friend's like, "Well, you got to wear a life jacket then." So he wears the life jacket. They're jumping the wake, and of course, the boat flips over. We get them, but as we pull the girl into the boat,
her
Her legs are
top goes
gone.
right down to her stomach.
I can
and
see that
she's
one
just
coming.
sitting there, and we're like 14 years old.
Yeah.
And we are just like, I'm looking at Nick, Nick's looking at me. We're like, holy shit! It was it's just a crazy summer, and that was like almost a daily thing for whatever year that was.
Yeah, now you wouldn't give a 14-year-old the keys to a boat, you know.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy. Yeah, we would, and just out there robbing liquor cabinets, driving the boat around, all kinds of crazy shit.
And some old boomer would call the cops on.
Yeah.
If it was
Yes.
now, they'd call the cops. The cops would be out there. The kids would be getting in trouble.
And it's not just the freedom that we had, but the economy and I told Jeff knows this story backwards and forwards. I had a job where I made $2.35 an hour, which was minimum wage.
Sure.
I had an apartment.
Yeah.
I had a truck. I paid my own insurance. I mean, I was an emancipated youth, actually. So at 16, I was emancipated and paid my own taxes and everything. I worked for $2.35 an hour.
Isn't it better that way, though?
Of course.
Economically, like you're a contributing member of society. You have a job, and the money is going back into the.
And it's like, there's no way. And it was totally normal if you graduated high school that you either went to college or you moved out. There was nobody that was 19 living at home.
No,
Nobody.
no. Now there's nobody 19 moving out.
Right.
No way.
And it's not because they don't want to.
No, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So who knows? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But it's a different time for sure.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to bring the prices down in line or start paying people more.
Well, the problem with paying people more is you got to make more. So like Jeff has employees. I mean, how much can you pay? You know what I mean? Like, not to get into that, but
Right.
that's what it comes
well,
down
the
to.
small
Yeah.
businessman is always going to be crushed in that
Oh, man.
scenario.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have family members who have businesses, and it's just like, it's just really, really difficult. I had a payroll for, maybe 10 years or whatever it was when we had our business. And I was so happy when that went away. And the idea of not having payroll, just sort of staying small. And I think that has something to do with getting older. As you get older, it's like, I want less stuff. I want, I want a kind of smaller footprint.
Yeah. I was just reading today, and I hope I have my figures correct, because Mitt Romney was putting forward this proposal, and we pay tax, what is it, FICA, whatever it is, of course, when we're getting paid, and after $176,000, you don't pay anymore.
If you make
that's-
more than 100.
Yeah, so at $177,000, you're not paying any more of that tax. And so people who are making immensely more than that aren't paying that tax on all that money. And the other thing that happens is,
Wonder how they got that passed.
let's say, he used Elon Musk as an example. He said, let's say Elon Musk bought all the shares in his company for $1 billion. And now, 20 years later, it's worth $500 billion. Because of the capital gains tax structure, he never has to pay tax on that $499 billion. And when he leaves that to the children, they don't have to pay tax on it either. So that $499 billion increase is actually never taxed.
Well, I don't know anything
Until
about
you
it.
pull it out, then you pay your capital gains.
Yeah.
But he's able to leverage that $499 billion
Right.
Well, that's
to
like the old
create other wealth. That's the
And
tool.
you can borrow against it, and then because that's considered debt,
Yes.
it's not taxed.
Right,
Well,
so
that's
there's
the-
all these tools.
That's the old adage, it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to make money if you have money. It's just like the real estate game. If like I always say to Jeff, it'd be great to just buy a house and do a lot of work to it, but those days are over. Where 6 or 7 years ago, we could have said, you know what, let's pool our money together and buy a house
And flip it.
and flip it and fix it. But now it's just, you look at a house, it's like $700,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bungalow.
Yeah. Walter showed me a house out in Farmingdale, it didn't look like a lot of, it's attractive to Walter because it has a big shop on the property. But the house is really small. And I think it's like 655 on a half acre. It's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that price has got to come down because it's a very specific piece of property. It's attractive to you, Walter, because you like that shop.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a place to live, and then you've got a shop on your property. That's a nice thing.
But it's a half acre, and somebody's gonna come with a bag full of cash and buy the house and tear it down and clear
In
the
Farmingdale, I
land.
don't know that area that much.
Wherever it is, eventually the people will get there.
Yeah.
But
I
see,
mean-
that's what they said in like 2000. I remember the whole thing in like 2004 through 2007. They're not making any more land. They're not making, and next thing you know, the real estate market just tanked.
Yeah,
It
but
was a different
It
time.
went down, but they corrected back.
It didn't start to
Or maybe it wasn't a
correct. I
correction,
don't
but-
feel like it started to correct until after Sandy. I thought it was like 2000. Was that like 2011 or 12? So it took like, I think you could still buy property up until about 2013, 2014. And then it started to, we looked at, oh no, that was 2000 and, we looked at a building on First Avenue for $340,000 in Atlantic Highlands that the Thai restaurant's in. 340, two
Yes, I
apartments.
am, Yeah.
And we were pretty close to making a move. I was going to do it with my dad. We looked at it on a Friday, and I think the World Trade Center got hit on that following Tuesday, and then everybody kind of got nervous. So,
It's wild, right? Yeah, when I lived in Carroll Gardens in Brooklyn, so we lived in these 5-story walk-ups, these brownstones, and they were divided up into 5 apartments. Originally, they were, like maybe 1 or 2 apartments. And those buildings were about $350,000 at the time. And
The whole building.
The whole building.
jeez,
The whole building.
unreal.
And we were all friends. Just coincidentally, we were just all these young couples in our 20s, in all 5 floors. And I always used to instigate these things like, let's pool our money and buy the building, let's buy a building.
A lot of artists did, though.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of like young artists did in the 60s, 50s, and 60s
Yeah.
in the meatpacking district.
Oh yeah, that's
And a lot of these, they still have them.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Some of the real estate that a lot of these, because a lot of these artists would buy property in Lower Manhattan for next
like
to nothing.
Alphabet City.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, Greenwich Village, all those places, in the 50s and 60s and into the 70s.
You couldn't give it away even into the 70s.
Even into the 80s, because I remember going into the city in the mid 80s, and it was like a scary
Oh, yeah.
place. It was fun for a
Times
kid.
Square wasn't cleaned up
No,
yet.
that was what was like. You got off the bus, and it was just go X-rated show from both sides of the street.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, it was like the stuff that we could do when we were younger. Like, and you would just do that. Like, we would go to the city. I would look like a kid because I looked even young, and we'd be hanging out drinking beers in the pizza parlor. Nobody would care.
No.
It was wild. But they would also, these artists also had places in the city, but then they had places out
Long Island.
in Long
Hamptons.
Island and in Massachusetts, on the Cape. A lot of them in Cape Cod. And now those properties are like through the roof. It's wild.
So it's good to be young.
You say so.
Jeff's young.
I'm not young anymore.
Well, I'm 20 years older than Jeff. It's
Yeah.
hard to believe.
Jeff's an old soul.
Yeah, look how great I am.
Yeah. How old are you now, John?
I'm going to be 58 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
And I was, because Walter and Jeff have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
And Walter really thinks the world of Jeff, and they work together on projects from time to time. I said to Walter, I was like, well, you're a lot closer in age to Jeff than I am. I mean, I'm like 20 years older than Jeff, and he's only 10 years, not even, maybe 10.
I'll be 37 next
Okay,
month.
he's going to be 26 tomorrow, so.
Yeah. I'm 63. I still can't even believe it.
Right? I can't imagine it happens like that.
I'm not even worried about like age as far as that goes, but
Are you into exercising and
Oh,
eating
no,
right now?
no.
No exercise? Well, you
No.
walk the dog.
I walk the dog. Yeah, I haven't exercised in 20 years.
No interest in it.
No, I hate exercise.
I love it.
I saw Nick the dog. I don't think the walking is very strenuous.
Is he pretty heavy?
He's husky.
Oh, that's
Husky.
funny.
We like to.
He's shaped like a container right there.
Yeah,
Is that the pit bull?
yeah. We like to say he's husky.
That's funny.
He's a thick boy.
Yeah, like on a normal night, I'll probably eat like 2/3 of a container of Haagen-Dazs.
Really? You don't really put the weight on.
Not too much. I mean, yeah, but so I went to the doctor the other day. I have to always get my blood tested regularly because of the medication I'm on. And on top of that, he's been trying to get me to take cholesterol medicine. And so every time I get my blood tested, he's like, blah, 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 blah. So we did all these tests, and unfortunately, it's actually genetic that my cholesterol is starting to go up. So I just started taking.
Allie is too. She's on whatever,
Yeah.
Lipitor or some shit.
I think that's what because it's it's the generic name. So I'm
Sure.
taking 10 milligrams of something, and at first, it's like, oh man, I can't take because I don't like going to the doctors. I don't like doing any of this stuff. I didn't want to take any medicine. But now it's just like, fuck it, so every night I'm just like putting out my medicine for the next day. And I just keep taking it, It's like, what the hell? I mean, you just give in.
Yeah.
It's like, the other
That's what we
night.
have to look forward to.
Yeah, the other night, like I'm like tossing and turning, I can't sleep. Because I forgot to take my sleeping pill. It's like, yeah, I got to take 50 milligrams of trazodone just to
Wow.
like that's what some people take just to relieve their anxiety, whatever. I got to take that on top of all my other medication just so I can sleep.
That's funny.
Like a tranquilizer dart.
Yeah. I mean, so sometimes I think it was, it's not really realistic, but to think like when I was just younger and let's say angrier and I didn't care about other people or the world as much, it seemed easier
Sure.
to go through life. But as you mature and you develop empathy and
Yeah.
all these other things and a worldview, and then
Sure.
you have people in your life that you care about, it changes, what you want to do for yourself as far as, being able to, integrate into your small little world.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I try to figure out ways to shut things off. You know that the meditations, Marcus Aurelius, the idea, and basically the idea is we're just a blip, so if you can try to keep that, it's a hard thing to do,
Yeah.
but like not really care that much. The other thing too is nobody's thinking about you. Right? Like nobody's thinking about me, what I'm doing. Like, oh, I should post something. Nobody gives a shit if I post something.
Yeah.
I should post something for myself because it's good for my business. But nobody really cares what I'm doing, and I don't care about. It's just how it is. You care about your immediate circle,
Yeah.
and even that, we're all just living in our own. We're all starring in our own movie.
That's the thing, everyone's reality has been fabricated in their own brain, so it's all.
So if you can put things like, and I'm not saying I'm doing this, I'm no fucking Zen master. I just know, like, okay, sometimes you just got to say to yourself, just mellow out. For me, go for a walk, go for a ride. Just try to be a nice person, and don't do things that is going to that are going to piss you off. You know what I mean? Like, don't go to that channel, or don't read that, or whatever it is. Because you can't do anything about the vast majority of things anyway, outside your own little circle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like worrying, my wife's a worrier.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
here on that one.
what? It doesn't accomplish anything, You could just like, and she'll like react to me like not worrying about something.
Yeah.
Like I have a problem, like it doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything. Like it's one thing to try and strategize and think,
Yeah.
if you have a problem, strategize. think of a solution. But you know, whatever. I got a lump on my arm. You think I'm gonna sit here and worry about if I have arm cancer? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make an appointment for the doctor. I mean, I probably won't, but make an appointment for the doctor. See what the doctor says. You know, it's like worrying about it. It does nothing. It
Yeah.
might actually make it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
stress,
stress.
will kill you.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like, if you can figure out how to go without stress. That's why I asked you about exercise.
Oh yeah, it's
And-
supposed to be good. I know exercise is good for you. It's just
But you used to ride. You used to bike ride.
I used to ride hundreds of miles.
Well, how did you feel when you were riding?
Oh, it's a true escape. You know, I rode road bikes
Yeah,
mostly.
yeah. I rode road bikes also.
Um,
Do you ride with people where you're ever?
I've done that too.
So you're like
was-
riding right on.
yeah. But most of the time I prefer to ride on my own.
Okay.
And I would get into my little space, my little head space, where I'm just sort of hearing my breath and the rhythm of the pedals. And, you know, I'm sure Jeff relates this too. Like, when you were an athlete at one time in your life, you have this compulsion to just push and push, especially from football. They beat it into your head that you must go past your comfort level of endurance and all these other things. And so I would get in that spot. And it was really...
You don't miss that at all? It's never too late.
Yeah,
I want to make sure that
I
that thing's
miss that,
recording.
but what I won't do is struggle to get to that point. Like, I'm at such a square one that I just can't see
Too
myself.
much discomfort.
Yeah,
I agree with that, but
and I'll never be what I was, 20 years ago.
so that's what, and it's only if you want to do it, but that's why, like, I would, if you ever wanted to get into cycling again,
Yeah, the
I would
e-bike
get the,
stuff.
no, but it's got to be pedal assist. Like,
Yeah.
this company gave me a bike to put a video together on, like, how to assemble it. And I kind of want the bike to go fishing on the beach. So anyway, I said, okay, yeah, send me the bike. And I didn't get paid, but they did send me the bike. That is not the kind of bike I ride. That bike has a throttle on it. That bike, you don't want
That's not a bike
You don't
anymore.
want to pedal it. It sucks to pedal. It's like, it's all janky. It's not comfortable.
The pedals are just a formality, so that they can
Exactly.
sell it as a class, whatever.
Exactly. I bought a new bike. I bought it as a demo, so I got a really good price. This is like an $8,000 bike. I got it for like $3,000. Carbon fiber, all really good stuff. And it's mid-assist, it's not full assist, so it doesn't have quite as much power, but it makes it fun. Like, it's like you get, and because this is like a super light bike, they call it a lightweight, I don't know, whatever. I ride that bike a lot without any of the assist. Just like if it's freezing cold out, I don't put the assist on for a while because I'm so cold, I want to get warm.
Yeah.
And then I'll just keep it in its lightest things. But my point is, you might enjoy that because, like, from where you live, you could get on the Henry Hudson,
Yeah, I used to
take
ride
that to Sandy Hook, and then go out to the tip of Sandy Hook and back. And let's say, like, you did that, and the whole time you're going out there, you've got a south wind. Then you turn around,
Yeah,
you're like,
'cause
holy
cut-
shit,
yeah,
this is
it's-
hard. Well, then you can pump up your assist, but then you can ride with a heart monitor on. You could be like, okay, I'm just going to keep my heart at like 140 till I get home. And it's like, I don't know, it's fun,
Yeah.
man.
Like,
I
yeah.
think it's just so. They say this is boring, trying to imbue somebody with something that you're passionate about.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
So I'm
'Cause
not trying to be that person.
No,
but
because I've done that. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm so lethargic.
But that might, like, the idea of, like, getting all your food prep done, then going for this ride, and then eating the ice cream.
Yeah.
That's like, for me, it's like, I love having a beer after a ride. I love that.
I was enjoying riding. I bought that bike, whatever it was, maybe
2 years ago.
16 months ago or something.
Yeah.
It was like early fall of last year, maybe the end of the summer. And I rode all the way until until the winter, and then in the this past summer I rode a little bit with Hunter and with Allie, but I wasn't like taking it out in the morning. It's just too busy here. Too much going on. But it is, it's you get out there, you sweat a little bit, feel good when you get
Yeah.
home, and and you do feel like tired and whatever, but that wears off after half hour or whatever, and then you feel good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's where the assist gets you into the game, because like that initial 15 minutes of riding that's just painful and not fun, you can assist your way through.
Yeah.
You know, or you could go and then that first hill, you're like, you know what, I'm going to get a little bit more help up this first hill. But my heart is like maxed out a lot of times. And even when I ride with my sons who are young athletes, they're like, holy cow, I can't believe the workout I'm getting on this bike. Because
Yeah.
you just ride harder or something. I don't know, it's fun.
I did shovel the other day when we had the snow.
Snowblower didn't start?
No, didn't have any gas.
Okay.
So I said, I'm just gonna shovel. You know,
I heard it was heavy.
Oh, it was.
3 hours I was out there,
Oh my god.
and
That's heart attacks now.
I know.
that's what I thought when I came in, man. Because again, you're not thinking, you're just pushing.
That is heart attack snow.
And it's like when I finished, I said, man, I'm lucky I didn't have a heart attack. It's like, who do I think? I mean, I'm 63 years old. I don't exercise.
I never knew. There's actually some real science behind that. I thought it was just like an exertion thing, the heart attacks. No, but it has something to do with the cold. Like your extremities get cold, and then all the heat is,
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with that about that with my sons. I said, this is the kind of snow that people have heart attacks in because they don't do anything. They go to their jobs and sit, and then they come home and sit, and then they get this snowstorm, and they go to work out like they've never worked out
yeah,
before.
it's
and
like
they're-
doing CrossFit.
yeah, it's like, holy cow.
The amazing thing, because I said, oh man, I'm probably gonna be sore. I woke up the next day. It was like nothing happened.
Did you enjoy it while you were doing it?
I did actually. I did.
I bet.
Because it wasn't that cold.
No.
You
Should get a heavy bag and just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, but the thing, I guess what's motivating me lately is much more like cerebral and artistic expression. Like I'm just thirsty for like information and knowledge and curious, and I've never really tired of the creation of things that are in my head. That's one of the sort of, I don't know, it's like almost like a haunted sort of thing, that there's always something here that has to be, pushed out.
Are you playing the guitar?
I haven't physically played in about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
When I came out of the hospital, one of the first things I did when I came home is I picked up the guitar, and my muscles would not really work. Like between my head and my hand, there wasn't the communication that was a very natural thing, and it sort of freaked me out. So I had, I'm afraid, I've kind of been a little afraid to do it again. But
So how do you get your creativity out? With cooking?
well, no, I've written a lot of music because I had all these snippets and unfinished demos on my computer, and I've become really pretty adept at editing and manipulating all of these bits of sound where I'm like, oh yeah, I had this verse here that I never put anywhere. So instead of it just being like some chords in my head and words in a notebook, there's actually me singing a verse here. And a lot of the stuff will dovetail together, and I can change the keys, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, what key was this in? Okay, this is E minor. What if I, go from this chord to this chord? What if I drop it down to C sharp? And so I've been writing all these songs where I can change the tempos and the rhythmic structures.
You're
and the
programming
chords.
the instrumentation?
Yeah. So the sound palette is almost limitless.
What are you using?
GarageBand.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because there's so many nuances to it. Like, at first I was just like, okay, so here's, let's say, the drums. So you can put in a note for each instrument within the drum kit. So you have the kick, the snare, toms, hi-hat, cymbals, whatever. And of course percussion. You can create the length, the duration of that note. You can change the attack on that note, the volume on that note. You can make ghost notes. So instead of it just being a beat that goes boom, ta, boom, ta, you
Has
you,
dynamic.
right,
to it
you
instead of-
alter it in a way, and because I've played and been in bands for my whole life, I know what sounds like a person. So you alter the approach, you add some irregularity, and all of a sudden you got this thing. And now you got this groove, and then it's like, okay, now I get a bass, and because I play bass, it's like, yeah, that sounds like a machine. Now, this is, if I was playing it myself, I already know the move and the run and the transition, so I just write it, and the thing plays it.
Oh, that's great.
Is it written like on a music staff?
It is, but the way I do it, it's called piano roll. So you switch it over to piano roll, where I just basically place a note in a time signature, and I say, okay, I need a G here, so I just move it until it hits G. All right, so it's G. Let me set the qualities of that note, and then I place each individual note where I want it, whether that's a hi-hat or a bass. The only thing that I really can't, that I'm not, able to do is guitar, because the sampling just doesn't work that way. So I have to use all the old samples of guitar playing that I have recorded. So I would do is I'll make a loop out of my own recording, and then I'll just label it, and I'll go, okay, this is like a wah riff, this is this kind of riff, and so then I have a whole catalog of stuff that I could plug in. And
Do you have a
manipulate.
time? Do you have like a time run on each melody, each song?
Oh yeah, they're finished. They're done.
So like between like whatever 2 and 6 minutes, or like you have a song and it starts and it ends.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
cool.
like
You ever think about shooting video and then putting your music to the scores, just like landscape or whatever, or drone footage?
Yeah,
or-
it would be pretty cool. I mean, anything that's creative, I would do. Like, so, this is,
Oh, it's cool.
so there's a guitar, there's keyboards, there's drums.
Yeah, it doesn't
There's
sound
bass.
like programmed drums.
No, that's great. That's really cool.
You could hear like there's fills in the transitions.
Yeah, you could be like a little, what do they call it, like leading a little bit
Yes.
or trailing a little bit.
Horns.
Man, that's cool.
So I'll write a part for like a baritone sax, a trumpet, a tenor, maybe a trombone.
This is great. Man, it'd be fun to write like score. You ever think about writing scores for like movies or anything?
And you have new vocals in these too, or just old
Yeah,
stuff?
well no, it's all old vocals. Like this particular track, this was like a slow reggae tune when I first recorded it. So I just stripped out all the original music and created this.
No, it's really good, Rob.
Yeah, so
Very cool. That's awesome.
Are you posting this anywhere?
no.
Yeah.
I do have a thing. I have a
SoundCloud?
no. It's something similar to SoundCloud.
Bandcamp?
Yes, Bandcamp. Yeah.
But you wonder if, if you're like creating movies over at the new Netflix place, like, isn't that like something that you'd want to be like, oh, I want to know about, like, you're just looking for music,
Yeah.
something you can
Right.
buy.
Something that you don't have to pay for.
No, you
That's
have
it.
to pay for it, but maybe you don't have to pay.
You don't have to pay Adele.
Millions.
or
Right. You
something
don't have to pay the Beatles
Yeah,
soundtrack.
exactly. So, I don't know, it could be a pain in the ass, but there goes the compressor.
Surprised it took that long to get on.
Huh.
Yeah.
Been a while.
No, if you ever want to like the farthest I've gone is like I'll put a photograph on it, like so.
Yeah.
The so-called like album I call Testify, so that's my album cover.
Cool.
So I get all these like stock photos, and I'll put it in the photo program, and maybe I change everything to black and white, crop it out.
There's so much you can do with a computer. It's
It's
amazing.
insane.
I think that's. I've been in a little bit of a roadblock because I'm not really doing any kind of art stuff. One day I'd like to do more of that. That's kind of what I always did. Like the woodworking was a way to make art.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the woodworking was the foundation for like every painting. And so hopefully I'll do more of that down the road. It's hard to make money doing that.
Can't make any money.
I just sold a bunch of paintings, but you can't count on it.
It's hard to make money not making art.
Yeah.
Jeff and I went through that whole progression together.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with art, like we did pretty well when we had the gallery space. The issue is nobody needs a painting, so you could have really good months, but then you could have months where you don't.
Yeah.
So like, it's nice when you're making money, and then you sell a few paintings, because then that's just like a bonus that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
And the paintings that I sold, though, I made a long time ago, so I'm not really making any new paintings other than my little ones.
Yeah.
I'd like to make some. We'll see.
Yeah. The other thing is I have a nice pair of like mixing headphones, which you can get nowadays instead of those old cans we used to wear in the studio.
That's got to make a huge difference.
So I just sit down, I put my headphones on, I'm in another world. The wife's like, I can see her lips moving, but I can't hear her. You know?
That's fun.
So it's a very, I'm
Immersive.
ensconced. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
immersive. That's the word.
Yeah,
You gotta
headphones
get
will
some
do that.
VR goggles, and
Yeah.
then you can do all the programming and be like projected out like it's like a big screen.
I've never done any VR anything yet. Have you put on
So
VR?
that I had the Samsung Galaxy. I forget what Galaxy it was. It was like it wasn't the first VR, but it was when the VR headset first sort of came into accessibility. I'll say this is maybe like 2017 or something. So you could take your Galaxy phone and put it into this thing, and it was VR.
Okay,
It
cool.
held the phone.
Yeah, it was like, Samsung had come out with the technology to make it possible on the phone. And it was pretty cool, but we bought Hunter a VR for Christmas.
So he's getting that Christmas morning.
So we're not saying it's for him, it's like for the family, because really you're like, I didn't want to get it. He was,
How many headsets?
just one.
So you have to take turns with it. You
Yeah,
can't play
yeah,
a game
yeah.
together.
You'd have to buy multiple.
But you can.
Yeah, there's like multiplayer online games.
Wow.
They say like it's for like 10 and up, because they don't know how it affects their eyes and their brain and everything. So it's like it's gonna be very time limited. So that's why we're saying it's like, listen, this is like a family present.
Christmas morning's gonna be funny.
Well, you got all this other shit
Yeah.
already. You know what I mean? This was like an afterthought because he's been playing PlayStation with his friends, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna go play VR, and then he's like hitching, crying because he doesn't have the VR. All the other kids have it. I guess their parents don't care about their eyes or their brains.
That's why you can't, it's hard to parent now based on your own, rules and values.
Yeah. And Allie, she's like, I was always the kid who didn't have the thing everybody else had, and I don't want.
It's so funny, wives and husbands, like, I wasn't like tough with my kids, but they had to do things, like, and there were times where they would cry to mom.
Mm-hmm.
But I had like a talk with my wife. I was like, they can't just go cry to you. You can't separate us. This is what they do. They like,
Wedge.
take them apart and beat the team that way. And for the most part, she got that point. Sometimes, dad's being a jerk, but for the most part, they had to do what I said. And that's tough when the wife will like make it so you can't like put the hammer down. You know what I mean? Like, or because I would do projects that were way beyond them, you know, like lifting, but they could do it, and they could try to do it.
Yeah.
And then they could realize how hard it was to do something. You know, like that was the best, to get like 10 or 20 yards of topsoil and to move it with the kids. Like, and they'd be like, holy cow, like, I can't believe we did that. But now they know it's like possible.
It's like the leaves
Yeah.
with Hunter. We were just
Yeah.
doing leaves. Like, you know, we're like 15 minutes in. Can I take a break? I'm like, no. Like, you're part of this family. I'm like, it's me and you, bro. Mom's at work. Like,
Yeah.
we've got to get all the leaves blown because we have to do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like
Yeah.
we're in this together. You got to.
100%.
How do you balance what you would prefer to do against what his peers' parents are doing, and creating that, you know, that drive for him to want to do something or have something?
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty adamant about the way I feel. You know, I'm not totally draconian where it's like my way or the highway 100%. I do take into consideration, but like I'm also not going to let like peer pressure of what others are doing influence, you know, what I think is right for him to do. You know,
Yeah.
like they have Messenger Kids, which is like Facebook Messenger for kids. Like, I just signed them up for it. Like, all these kids are chatting on Facebook, unsupervised. Granted, you could go in there and look, but nobody's you know,
No.
we're all busy doing our own thing.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years, all these kids, and so he gets it, and then his kid, I see what his friend is sending. I'm like, this is the whole reason why.
Yeah, that's
he
why you
sending
didn't
him?
have that.
All the, you know, just all
You
this
don't have to
foul,
cut- yeah.
all this
You don't-
foul language, you know,
Yeah.
which, you know, it's
Yeah.
harmless, but it's like, you know, who knows what else is going on unsupervised.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
You know, I can't stop him from being a kid, and you know, I don't want him to be different than everybody else.
Yeah.
But you know, try and.
But the access to stuff is a lot different than
Yeah.
when you were young, when I was young. Forget about it. There was nothing. You know, if you found like somebody's friend's dad's old Playboy, you know, it was sort of like, oh my God.
Yeah, I still remember like seeing like a Penthouse magazine for the first time. It was probably like 10.
Yeah.
Me and this kid Nick in his dad's truck. You know,
You're like,
they were inside the thing.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, he was like, oh my God. Like, what a mind-blowing
Yes.
revelation. Because, you know, your imagination had to make up.
Yeah, you had to fill in the gaps. There was
Yeah.
nothing.
It's crazy. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine the kids they know everything today.
Well, it's like, I mean, I think you're just like I am, where I can't really let anything pass without looking it up. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
watching TV, I'll fact check everything.
Yeah, what kills me, and I accuse my wife of it all the time, it's like she says things with the confidence of knowledge when it's just like,
Yeah.
she doesn't actually know. She's just like,
She's just-
well, I saw it, like I heard or I saw
I'm
it.
repeating this.
Yeah, I'm like, there was no shadow of a doubt in your
Yeah.
statement. Like,
Yeah. Shockingly, they're like 30-something years apart. Your wife and my wife.
Two peas in a pod.
They are. They're just like,
Oh,
I
this is-
crack up sometimes.
This is what spurred it. She was ordering, this was the night we went to Lou's. They were getting Pueblo Mágico before, and she's like, Al Pastor, what is that? I'm like, well, I think it's this. And it was like for like a bunch of things. And then she ended up getting home before I left. And she was like, you were right about all those things. I was like, yeah, did you think I was going to be wrong? And then she's like, well, you said it like, I think. I was like, yeah, that's what people do. I was like, when you're not 100% sure, you preface your statement with, well, I think, you know.
I know. Because I would get, you probably did too. I would get in these arguments with my wife because she would just repeat something that somebody else said,
Yeah.
and I would challenge her. I'm like, well, what's the basis for that? Where is, you know, because that's probably not accurate. You're like, what do you mean? You know, and then of course a fight ensues.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good advice for everyone out there. That
Yeah.
if you're not 100% positive, you have to disclose that. You know,
Right.
It's not just courtesy; it's just a healthy way of viewing your opinions and the world. You know, like none of us are sure really about anything. So,
That's right.
you know, you can't act as an authority on anything to other people because
Yeah,
it
it's
could be
so annoying
potentially-
too when people do that.
Yeah,
like
you're
they know
potentially
everything.
like a bad influence on other
Right.
people.
Yeah, like my wife's very Catholic, and although I'm Catholic, I'm not Catholic like she is.
And you're not practicing?
Oh no. Like I'm really, I'm anti-church bureaucracy.
Gotcha.
You know, so, but she's like, yeah, there's going to be heaven and this. I'm like, I doubt it. I mean, I couldn't say 100% there's not.
Right.
I can't say 100% there's no God and it's all made up to control people or, you know, I always tell her, I don't know if there's heaven, but I hope there's hell.
Does your wife go to church every Sunday?
Yeah.
Which church does she go to?
She goes to,
Go to St. Catherine's?
no, she doesn't go to St. Catherine's anymore because Father Dan retired. I can't remember the name of it, but it's up on 36.
Closer to the ocean?
No, the other way. She
Okay.
doesn't go to the
Okay.
perpetual.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the one in Keyport with the weird roof?
Yes.
Yeah, I forget the name. My buddy Anthony.
Like
delivers-
right on 36.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he delivers the payroll.
Yeah, my
over there.
wife goes to church every Sunday as well. She was Catholic, now she's Baptist.
Huh.
Um,
What promoted the switch?
I'm sure she told me, but I don't quite remember.
Yes. Pay attention to your wives.
Yeah, so, but she's definitely very religious and has a real faith, which is great. I'm always impressed when people have a real faith. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like crazy where it's like they treat it as law.
Blind faith is one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. My whole thing always comes down to do unto others. It really is like, that's the biggest thing.
That's kind of the foundation of almost all of them.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah, or to simplify, don't be a dick.
Yeah,
Right? That's like
yeah.
the simplest way.
Yeah, that I remember you saying
Yeah.
that. That's the golden rule.
Yeah, it's really like, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And if you can do something, I tell you what, nothing makes you feel better than doing something nice for somebody. And it's free.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
you can help someone out, hold the door open for whatever it is. It's usually not a big deal, and it's fun.
I was talking to Keith Blackthorne yesterday when I was driving back from, I had to run up to Ridgewood, about, I forget how it came up, the guy John Cena, the wrestler.
Yeah.
He has done more Make-A-Wish, he's granted more Make-A-Wish wishes than any other person, I guess, in history. And somebody asked him, like, I guess, you know, why do you do it or whatever, and he's like, you know, like, if you've done it and you didn't feel a benefit from it, like, A, you're heartless, and B, it's like, imagine, like, there was a sick kid and their dying wish is to see you. Like, what a flattering experience that is and how it feels to do something for someone like
That's
that.
impressive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we each always have opportunities to do stuff, and throughout my longer life, you know, you're always facing these situations where somebody say, "Don't do that. Why would you do that? Like, oh, you could sell this. Why are you going to give it? Or you could do this." You know, it's like,
Totally agree, yeah.
and it's like it always baffled me that, you know, people were so. I think it's small. You know what I mean? It's like, is $1,000 going to change your life?
Yeah.
Not really.
No, I hear you.
No,
I know
not
exactly
at
what
all.
you're saying.
Actually, not really.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
so
a half hour of your time,
right,
or whatever, you know.
right.
I had some old man call me about his coffee table. I could tell he's old. And he's moving into like an assisted living thing, and he's got this coffee table, and he needs to cut down because it's going to be too big, and, you know, I don't have any time for this, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't have any time for that.
not at all. But he's going to bring the table over, I'm going to look at it, and
Yeah.
if I can help him out, I'm going to help him out, because I'm going to lose a half hour, an hour, whatever, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
who
you're
else is
losing
going to
it,
do
yeah.
it?
yeah.
No one.
And hopefully someday somebody cuts a table down for me, you know what I mean? Like,
And it does. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be in that order of things.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It is. It's the best way to live your life.
and he's going to be happy, and it's going to feel good, you know, to help him out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can't stand it when it's like people I know who have a ton of money and just ask me to do something that'll take 5 minutes. Then I get sort of almost offended.
Well, that's different. That's
Yeah,
taking
no, it's-
advantage of somebody.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I got to interrupt. Last week, I was a knock on the door. Guess who on my front
God.
door? Guess who it was?
What the hell's that guy's name?
Was it Vinny or?
I wanted to say Giovanni for some reason, but I don't think it's Giovanni.
But you know,
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember his name either. But you could have knocked me over with a feather.
Did he have a piece of furniture?
Yes,
that
he had
dragged out of
something
the
in his
garden?
hand.
Oh my god! Did you answer the door?
I did because I didn't know who was. It's like the dog's going crazy. I open the door. It's him.
And then you got struck with a memory, like, oh shit.
It's like, what the fuck?
So we used to have this guy who would show up to the shop all the time with some table he pulled out of the trash. Oh, yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna bring this home with my wife, but the leg's a little broken. You think you guys could fix it up?
Yeah, I can't stand that. That's where I like kind of draw the line because there's no joy in that kind of work either.
No.
Because you can't make it right. You can't make it right. Like you almost feel like you have to rebuild it.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I can be a little jaded when it comes to like using some of my skills to help certain people. Because there's no such thing. It's like there's no such thing in woodworking that takes 5 minutes. It's like, and just like getting set up takes a half an hour.
That's right.
And then breaking it back down, getting
Cleaning
the clamps.
up.
Like, you want me to shoot a couple Brads into this?
Yeah.
You can do that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bring it over here, gonna, fill it full of holes.
Yeah, so you know what stopped him from coming? One day, because he'd come like 3 or 4 times. And so I said something like, you come here all the time, like you don't even show up with coffee or
Yeah.
anything.
He wouldn't even offer to pay or anything.
Yeah. And when I said that, he disappeared.
Wow. There
No,
you
he came back one more
Oh,
time.
did he?
You
Yeah.
were sick,
Oh, okay.
and I was there by myself. I didn't say anything specific, but I was very dismissive.
go. Yeah. Well, they put you in a position.
Yeah, that's taking advantage of somebody.
Yeah.
It's one thing to do it one time, help you out.
Yeah.
Again, it's no skin off my ass. It's a little bit of time, whatever.
But
But
he was a real nuisance.
taking your generosity for weakness or whatever, or,
Yeah.
treating you like a chump.
And so he's there, and he's standing on the porch, and I'm like, no, man, I'm retired. Well, it's like, there are no tools in the shop. It's empty. No, well, yeah, but I'm like, listen, man, it's not going to happen.
Should have sent him over here. I would have given him the news.
I had to shut the door while he's
God.
still trying to talk.
That's crazy.
I was like, who's that?
And his requests weren't that simple.
No.
Had to find a router bit in the
Yeah.
drawer to make something.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
what do you think on that note of do good unto others?
Yes.
That's a good.
Yeah, have a happy 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Can you believe it?
No.
26 years into the 21st millennium.
I remember 1999, like the whole doomsday thing,
The computers were
everything was gonna. Yeah, I just remember.
And then we had it again in 2012, the Mayan
Yeah.
calendar.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't remember that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one, but yeah, it should probably more of the same. It always seems to be more of the same, which is, who knows?
That's right. Nobody knows, but we can make our own little, worlds or spheres of influence. As good as we can.
That's right.
Because
All
we're
we
able-
have to do is not be a dick.
That's right. Remember that.
2026.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it again. Good seeing you guys. I hope you have a great year.
Take care. Happy, healthy.
See, we're still recording here.